Hello friends, I am from Biology faculty of QLS Academy. Today we are going to learn about conservation of plants and animals. I am sure you will enjoy today's learning. Let's start with our lesson. Our planet Earth is a beautiful place to live in. Life has flourished on the planet thanks to the bountiful sun and vast oceans of water. No matter where we go on the planet, there are stunning plants, flowers and animals that catches our attention. Flora and fauna are words originating from the Latin word. Flora in Latin means goddess of the flower. Flora is also derived from the word floral, which means relating to flower. Therefore, flora is a group of indigenous plants in an ecosystem of a geographical region. Now, according to Roman mythology, fauna refers to the goddess of fertility. By definition, fauna is a group of indigenous animals of any geographical region. So, the term flora and fauna was coined by biologists to refer to a collection of plants and animals specified in a given geographical location. This is why you hear phrases like flora and fauna of India, flora and fauna of Indonesia, and so on. Let's talk about flora in detail. Flora is the name given to the collective plant life that grows or once grew in a certain area और ड्यूरिंग अ गिवन टाइम पीरियड. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जितने भी प्लांट्स हमारी लोकेलिटी में हैं या हमारी सोसाइटी या सिटी में है, वो हमारी सिटी का फ्लोरा होगा. इट यूजुअली रिफर्स टू द नेटिव प्लांट लाइफ प्रेजेंट बट डज नॉट इंक्लूड न्यू स्पीशीज दैट हैव बीन इंट्रोड्यूस्ड एज वेल. It usually refers to the native plant life present but does include new species that have been introduced as well. Plant life on Earth can be distinguished from each other in a number of ways. The simplest way is to divide on the basis of region. Plants that grow specifically in the mountains will be very different from that grows in the desert. Similarly, the plants that have adapted to living underwater are treated as a unique form of flora. Now, what is fauna? Fauna, on the other hand, is the name given to collective animal life that lives or was once found in a certain area or a time period. Fauna is distinguished in many different ways. However, these ways are much more complex than floral divisions because animal life has evolved into many different forms. To begin with, the animal kingdom itself is a fauna. However, within it we have avifauna that refers to the birds, piscifauna referring to the fish. Microscopic organisms that are found in the nature but cannot be seen by the human eye. Such animal life is known as microfauna. We talked about so much about plants and animals. Now let's talk about endemic species. Before we go any further, we should know what do we mean by when we say species. A species is a group of same kind of organisms which can interbreed to produce fertile offspring. जैसे हम और आप, आपके फ्रेंड्स, आपके पेरेंट्स, we are all human beings, so we are one species. Similarly, cats are one different species, dogs are also one kind of species. Endemic species are those species which are found exclusively in a particular area. They are not found anywhere else. The plants and animals which are found only in a particular area are said to be endemic to that area. Almost 60% the endemic species in India are found in Himalayas and the Western Ghats. The endemic species are mainly concentrated in Northeast India, Northwest Himalayas, Western Ghats and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Sal and wild mango are two examples of endemic flora of Pachmari Biosphere Reserve. Similarly, giant squirrel, flying squirrel, bisons are the three examples of endemic fauna of the Pachmari bioreserves. A number of factors are endangering the existence of endemic species. The destruction of forest, introduction of new species, increasing human population in the vicinity of forest reserves are affecting the natural habitat of the endemic species and endangering their existence. Now, let's talk about extinct and endangered species. The species which are no longer existing with us are called as extinct species. The extinct species may be of animal or plants. A type of animal which no longer exists on earth is called as extinct animals. It means that this animal has no living member on the earth. The animals called dinosaurs, which lived on this earth in ancient times, have become extinct a long time ago. Some of the other examples of animals are dinosaurs, dodo, cave lion, Caspian tiger, Irish deer. The species which are facing the risk of extinctions are called as endangered species. They are the animals and plants that exist in small number on the earth, and if we do not take quick actions to save them, they may lost forever. In India, 45 plant species have been identified as endangered species. Similarly, 100 mammal species, 150 bird species are estimated to be endangered. The biodiversity is threatened primarily due to, first, human beings dispose waste indiscriminately in nature, thereby polluting the air, land and water. These pollutants enter the food chain and accumulate in living creatures, resulting in their death. Second, overexploitation of natural resources and poaching of wild animals also leads to their extinction. Third, climate change threatens organisms and ecosystem, and they cannot adjust to the changing environmental conditions, leading to their death and extinction. Now, the Red Data Book contains a list of endangered species of plants and animals. It contains a list of species that are endangered but might become extinct in the near future if not protected by us. Some of the rarest animals found in India are Asiatic cheetah, Asiatic lion, Asiatic wild ass, Bengal fox, Indian elephant, Indian rhinoceros, black buck and snow leopard. So students, it is our responsibility to take care of environment, its flora and fauna. The continuous loss of natural habitat not only endanger animal lives, but it also indirectly affects us. So it is necessary to live in harmony with all the other animals and plants with whom we share our planet. This was all for today's lesson. In next lesson, we will learn how can we protect the biodiversity. If you have any more doubts, you can go to the following link.